about to have an encounter.
We are the Reverends Ronaldston and Ruth Ann Wiggins,
founders of the World Transformational Centre Ministries, Inc.
Do you desire true peace, physical healing, or long to experience the tangible presence of God?
Join us today as we bring you hope in this edition of Kingdom Encounter.
Come join us in our time of worship.
Oh, Father, we bless your name. Oh, we give your name glory. We magnify your name, God. We've taken this time up to bless you and to declare that you are our God. with glory. Come on, we stand.
We stand and lift up our hands, for the joy of the Lord is our strength.
We bow down.
We bow down and worship Him now. How great, how awesome is He, and together we'll sing.
Come on, everyone.
Everyone sing.
Holy is
Holy is the Lord, God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory. Holy is the Lord, God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory. Holy is the Lord, God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory. Holy is the Lord, God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory.
Come on, the earth.
The earth is filled with His glory. The earth is filled with His glory.
The earth.
The earth is filled with His glory. The earth is filled with His glory.
Presenting the Word.
Hi! Today we're going to be talking about a story that's really familiar with most of us. It's taken from 2 Kings chapter 5, and we're going to be talking about the little maid who helped her master Naaman be healed. Now, I am sure most of us have heard about Naaman, how he had to dip 7 times. And you hear the song, there was a man, Naaman, and he dipped 1 dip, and he dipped 2 dip, and he dipped. Some of you, it takes you back to childhood. But here it is, a little maid who was taken from her home as a captive. She was able to help her master. Now, in 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 3 and 4, she said unto her mistress, Would God my Lord were with the prophet that is in Samaria, for he would recover him of his leprosy. And one went in and told his Lord, and saying, Thus and thus saith the maid, that is of the land of Israel. Now, Naaman had leprosy. Naaman was a captain of the host. He was a captain. That was a very important role that he played in this army. He was very well known. And just imagine, you have this thing on your skin that makes you uncomfortable, that causes your limbs and your flesh to rot. And he had to command men. I believe most of them scorned him because of his condition. But this little maid, she said she knew a man, a prophet, who would be able to cause him to be healed. And she told her mistress about it. And when she told her mistress went straight away, because I believe his wife wanted him to be healed. She could not touch him. She could not hug him because leprosy is actually contagious. So that proved a problem too. So after the wife told him, this is what's happening, this is what my maid told me, that I can go in Samaria, meet the prophet, be healed. He went to his king because he had to have some time away. He couldn't just go AWOL. So the king wrote a letter to the king of Samaria, letting him know, I'm sending my captain to you so that he can be facilitated to be healed. Now, when Naaman got to the king read the letter and went like, why are you saying this to me? He rent his clothes. He was really like panicky. I can't heal you. I can't do this. But you know what? God spoke to the prophet, and the prophet sent the servant. And the servant told Naaman, told the king first, you need to just chill. You just need to just relax, right? This is what my master has said. To you, Naaman, I need you to go and I need you to do something. So 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 10 and 11 says, and Elijah sent a messenger unto him, saying, go wash in the Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall become again to thee, and thou shalt be clean. But Naaman was wroth and went away and said, behold, I thought he would surely come out to me and stand and call in the name of the Lord his God and strike his hand over the place and recover the leper. Now, Naaman didn't expect that he would just send the servant and give him instructions. He's a man that was accustomed to deal with the person of himself face to face. What happened was that because he had to go to the Jordan was a dirty river. And it was known, yes, but in Naaman's mind, he thought, this is not what he should be telling me. He should be giving me another river, a river that's clean. But he still followed the instruction of the prophet. As he went into the river and he dipped the 7 times, his skin became clean as a baby's, and smooth and soft and supple, and he received his healing. What is the moral of this story? What does God want us to gather from this story? God wants us to bloom where we're planted. The little maid, she was able to tell her mistress, and her mistress in turn told her husband, because he had a problem. He had a serious problem. He had leprosy, something that could cost him his life, something that made him uncomfortable. Then the second thing is that the River Jordan, which was seen as dirty and insignificant as it relates to healing, because he was already dirty. He didn't want to get more dirty than what he was. So what happened was he was obedient, and that river provided healing for him because he obeyed what the prophet said. In your life today, you may see yourself as insignificant. You may see yourself as not being important. But wherever you are, whether it's at work, at school, in your clubs, in your friendships, you have an important role to play. You can bring healing, you can bring comfort, you can bring hope to persons. The little maid, she knew of the Lord God of Israel, of the prophet Elisha. The River Jordan, that was just a known river, but it wasn't important. You are important. Today, what I want to say to you is that if you know Christ or if you don't know Him, you have the opportunity in this day to say, God, wherever you have planted me, I want to bloom. I want to show forth the gifting that you have given me so I can give hope to someone. For those of you who don't know Christ and would like to make a commitment to Him, just bow your heads with me right now. And we are going to pray to Him and believe that we shall be saved. Father, in the name of Jesus, I understand that I am a sinner. I recognize that it's only through you that I can be saved, that you died on Calvary's cross for me and you shed your blood for sins that I committed in the past, sins that I commit now, and sins that I will commit in the future. Lord, wash me with your blood. Let your Holy Spirit come in and take full control of my heart. Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for loving me and thinking about me, that I can bloom where I am planted. Amen. If you just said that prayer, I just want you at the end of our program, there will be some information where you can contact persons that you can speak more with so it will help in your daily walk. Failing that, you can go to any Bible-believing church because you are the hope the world needs. I just want to say to you, just remember the little maid. Remember, she seemed so insignificant. Remember the River Jordan. It was known, but it was dirty. But it healed through the prophet's words the man that was a captain, who was important, but something insignificant brought him to the fullness of where he should be. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you.
Be encouraged by this special ministry today.
Behold, God is gonna do a new thing. You're gonna know it. He's gonna show it. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has got in store for those who love Him and His word. Minds have not thought, hearts have not known what's in store, but when it hits the earth, minds will be blown. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has got in store for those who love Him and His word. Minds have not thought, hearts have not known what's in store, but when it hits the earth, minds will be blown. Jehovah wants to blow your minds. He wants to show the people around you that He flows in love and kindness, and they'll know that you are His child, that on you He smiled, chose to set you up in style because He knows that you have filed His word in your heart. From sin you depart, the love you show Him's not apart, it's true, and so the people start remembering the times when there were no signs that you would ever be fine or escape your many binds. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has got in store for those who love Him and His word. The minds have not thought, hearts have not known what's in store, but when it hits the earth, minds will be blown. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has got in store for those who love Him and His word. Minds have not thought, hearts have not known what's in store, but when it hits the earth, minds will be blown. Now let's focus on you who have your doubts too. I know sometimes you get blue when you look down at the shoe that sits on your foot, but open God's book and start reflecting when you look at how the Lord Jesus took that which people said was hopelessly dead, and He just touched it and He said you are alive instead. So whatever you face, know that God can erase without a trace, and He'll replace with His favor and His grace. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has got in store for those who love Him and His word. Minds have not thought, hearts have not known what's in store, but when it hits the earth, minds will be blown. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has got in store for those who love Him and His word. Minds have not thought, hearts have not known what's in store, but when it hits the earth, minds will be blown. Many people pray amiss, thinking God exists in the same plane as sinful man, but hear this: Jesus has no business with what the world insists is possible or not possible, so check your interest. Why you asking for a whistle when the Lord has got a flute? Why you asking for a shirt when the Lord has got a suit? Why you asking in the twos when the Lord has got tens? Why you asking for a slip when the Lord has got a Benz? Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has got in store for those who love Him and His word. Minds have not thought, hearts have not known what's in store, but when it hits the earth, minds will be blown. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has got in store for those who love Him and His word. Minds have not thought, hearts have not known what's in store, but when it hits the earth, minds will be blown. You thought it was done, but it's just begun. There is nothing that's too good to give a daughter or a son. So when the blessings overflow the cup, try not to be too stunned. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard all the branches that will blossom overnight from this word. Minds have not thought, hearts have not known all the treasures yet to manifest from seeds that were sown. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what the Lord has got in store for those who love Him and His word. Minds have not thought, hearts have not known what's in store, but when it hits the earth, minds will be blown.
Coming up this week on Revelation for Life.
We're almost at the end of our story. In our last episode, you saw Christ ruling the world for a millennium. We then saw God defeating and judging the dragon and his minions once and for all. But everything isn't restored yet. The story can't end until the star has everything he fought for throughout this entire narrative. So let's see what that restoration looks like and what we can look forward to as our inheritance. I want to ask a big question though, quite possibly the biggest question of this entire season, and I believe a very pertinent one. How can we be sure this new world won't be messed up again? Keep it locked to World Transformational Centre Ministries. Revelation for Life is coming at you.
Join us Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube.
It was a pleasure having you join us today.
We encourage you to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of Kingdom Encounter.
WTCN, revolutionizing the nations of the world.
Join us and be inspired every Sunday at 8 a.m. for our broadcast, Kingdom Encounter. Check out our thought-provoking devotional sessions with our pastor, the Reverend Ronaldston Wiggins, and our minister, Maria Herbert, in the informative series, Revelation for Life. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube accounts for our exciting Kingdom Corner Kids Show. You will be sure to find something inspiring for the whole family.